Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. Another Tröegs ripper. Graffiti Highway, new IPA from them. I'm excited. I'm excited because I did me some Tröegs, and not gonna lie to you, as of late, they've always been a great brewery. They've always made great beers, but there's some misses from time to time. But as of late, they're on a heater. They're on a heater. Whether it be the Hopera, then we move to Little Nader. Now we're on to Graffiti Highway. I'm kind of got high hopes for this. You know what I mean? I've heard some good things, heard some good buzz. Plus, it's Tröegs, so we'll see where this sucker lands. Plus, there's a little bit of, like, I don't know, personal story to this Graffiti Highway. If you don't know, we'll dive into it. Graffiti Highway IPA, independently owned and crafted by Tröegs Brewing Company. 6% alcohol by volume. It says, let's paint a picture. You, your friends, and a trip to nowhere. Graffiti Highway wanders off the beaten path where twists and turns of citrus and tropical aromas merge into a colorful mosaic. It's a beer with hoppy fruit forward flavors and a mild bitterness. Take your taste buds on a journey with a juicy, hazy IPA primed for adventure. We have the freshest by date, the best by date. It just hurts my head. So you got 6/25/24 on this. We're in March. I think this came out last month. They putting 4 months on this? I don't know. Best by dates really. Again, I'm starting to change my thinking about dates. Instead of complaining about these things, I'm just gonna act as the date suggests. With a best by date of 6/25/24, let's say this was canned on 2/25, 24, 4 months. What that date says, Best By, not born on, Best By, means that this beer is as good as it was day one as it would be on June 25th. That's what they're telling you. It's as good as that day. I know we know that's not true, but that's what they're saying, so we're gonna hold them to that. Done and done. It's poured in glass. Graffiti Highway. I don't. If you know what Graffiti Highway is, right down below before I say anything. I'll assume you're being honorable. Graffiti Highway. So there's a city. It still exists, but no one lives there. It's called Centralia, Pennsylvania. It is a coal town that basically a fire started underneath the town in one of the coal mines, and basically people couldn't live there anymore because the earth was on fire underneath their bodies. And so Pennsylvania, I want to say maybe like an hour and change north of Tröegs. It's kind of like between like Stroudsburg and State College, if you connect those dots, kind of Reading-ish area. Anyway, Graffiti Highway was a stretch of road that basically people would go and visit it as an anomaly, as a tourist trap kind of thing. Even though people weren't allowed to go there, people would still go. And the main road leading into there, people would graffiti the crap out of it, hence the term Graffiti Highway. I'm sure there's other graffiti highways out there, but there's no way this isn't Tröegs' direct reference to that. Couple cool little things. We'll talk about the beer and while we do that. It looks nice, honestly. It's not super turbid, obviously. Definitely glean a decent amount of light through there. You could probably see my fingers fluttering through there. Soft haze, soapy white head. Looks all the part of a chugger. But two big takeaways I take from Centralia is if you've ever played Silent Hill, the video game, or even a movie, watch that. There's a lot of stuff taken from Silent Hill that kind of morphed from Centralia. The church on the hill, kind of misty, kind of smoky, smoggy kind of stuff. There's a lot of parallels. There's no way they didn't use that town as reference for that video game, but more importantly, one of the best movies of all time, and a movie I watched very, very recently, Nothing But Trouble. A 90s movie, Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, Demi Moore, John Candy. It's a Digital Underground, Tupac's in it. Technically, it's a really bad movie, but it's not. It's really, really great. And they essentially find themselves into a town that's burnt out and all messed up like Centralia, so that's a direct reference. Anyway, back to the beer. It looks all the part of a nice little hazy. Let's get a nose. Okay. fruity, man. You're definitely getting like fruit, like juicy fruit, like bubblegummy vibes off of this thing. Big like tropical fruits, very very at the forefront here. Sure, you get your mango and kiwi and nice kind of rich kind of melons in there, but there's also a little bit of stone fruit, a little bit of citrus in here, so you're more like pineapple, non-bittering kind of citrus. But it really is a big bursting kind of menage of tropical fruits. A nice sweetness to it. I think for its low ABV, relatively low ABV, 6% alcohol by volume, I think it might come off a little bit more punchier in the taste. It actually hits above its weight class on the nose, the way it's kind of showing itself, having this nice, rich, vibrant kind of fruity nose to it. No precursor to any kind of bittering or anything like that nose. It really does come off as like straight like juice on juice on juice on the nose. So we're just going to dive in. Cheers, y'all. That's nice. That's very nice. I thought I was going to be a little bit more punchier based off of the nose. It follows suit. It definitely is all that tropical fruit leaning on here, but it's just a little bit less than I thought it was to be based off of the nose. It's for 6%, still quite nice. Nice. I would call it more a satiny mouthfeel to it. It's not full, it's not lush, it's not turbid, but it's definitely not thin. So it's more of a satiny kind of silky kind of mouthfeel to it. That tropical fruit definitely follows through from the nose of the taste. It's not as punchy, but it's appropriate for its ABV level in conjunction with its mouthfeel and vibes to it. Again, it's not this soupy, turbid thing that's going to carry a lot of extra flavor to it. It's a little bit more drinkable. So think about a New England style hazy, but very much kind of old school East Coast IPA kind of vibes, to where it has those new school hops. It's bringing those new school flavors, but there's a drinkability to it. It's not IPL level stuff, but there's a cleanliness and a crispness and a drinkability to it that makes you think of IPL. Let's put it that way. And in the bittering in here, there is a bittering. There is a purposeful bittering. Is it generic? For the most part, you know, I'm maybe getting a little bit of weedy green vibes off of it, but it's kind of like just a green, hot pellety kind of bittering, but it's very much appreciated because there is a decent amount of sweetness in it. I think it's not crazy under attenuated, but there's some residual sweetness in here. And I think if you don't have that nice underlying slightly zippy kind of bitterness, I don't think it plays as balanced and as nice as it does the way it does in here. It's a really tasty beer. This is a really tasty beer. Tröegs DNA written all over it. It's hyper well made, precision level, cleanliness, just really, really, just, you know, a brewer's hazy, if that makes any sense. You know, sometimes there's the comedian, you know, Haze Bros and Hop Thoughts want that, you know, if the spoon doesn't stick straight up, it's not butternut squash soup, they don't even want to look at it kind of thing. And then there's the, I dig on these hop flavors, and I want something hazy, but I want it a little bit more kind of refined. That's where this one exists, I think. It's a little bit more of a drinking ripper beer for those that enjoy the wide swath of what beer can bring and beer can give you. In a very fun way, I dig it. Would I take this over Hopera? I don't know. I might like Hopera a little bit more. I'm not sure if there's... even like Field Study, OG Field Study, I probably dig this a little, maybe take that over this, but in the grand scheme of things, at this beer, its availability, its price point, it's relatively low ABV. And you're talking about something I'm getting $13 a sixer. I can get down with this all day, and I dig this. I got a sixer of it. I am going to drink it all. It is not going to go to waste, and I'm going to appreciate the crap out of it. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I'm not sure what else I have to say other than it's a really, really tasty beer. Is it one of the better IPAs I've had? It's like, you know, it's 6%, you know, it's not 7, it's not 5.5, it's floating in that realm that's kind of what I would view as traditional IPA. It's definitely in the conversation. It's Mount Rushmore status, not for me, but I really do dig it, and I think it's a quite tasty beer. Value and availability, off the shelf, Tröegs, great price point, and leave you with it if you like what we like this. I actually do think this is one of those beers where if you are a beer snob, I shouldn't even use that word because it's not so much a beer snob. If you're coming from the brewing side of things, and hazies might be a little bit of the bane of your existence, but you can get down with them from time to time. I think you really do enjoy this beer. On the other side of things, I think if you're a hop thought haze bro, one of those people that really haze rules all and everything around me, I think you can dig on this. I'm not gonna say you're just gonna hold it up and be like, this is as good as this crazy brewery or that crazy brewery. But I think you roll into a party, you're a barbecue or whatever, and there's a little bit of good beer. You reach in the cooler, you pull this out, you rip this. I think you're happy. Happy's a good thing. Tröegs, have you been to the brewery? Have you had their beers? Have you had this beer? What is your favorite Tröegs beer? You know mine. If you watch the channel, it is OG Barrel Aged Flying Mouflon. The OG one. 3 years in a barrel. Hands down winner. But what are your thoughts on this? All down there. Fun stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of a graffiti highway right now. Hopefully you're trying to visit Centralia. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.